Hello everyone! Sorry it's been a little while and my videos are super sporadic and unreliable now, but for good reason. I'm plenty busy, as you probably heard in one of the last videos I posted, but I was busy for another reason. This past week I had another audition, so I just wanted to tell you all about it, how it went, and my thoughts. So this audition was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I don't think I've ever been there before, so that was a fun little adventure. This was probably one of the shortest trips I've ever taken. I was there for literally 24 hours, including one night that I was sleeping, so I unfortunately didn't have like time to explore the city really, or check out the area, but it was a nice little trip nonetheless. This audition was for a young artist program, but it wasn't really an extended amount of time that I would be with the company. It was more on a show-by-show basis. So the young artists that they were hiring would be people to sing smaller, more compromario roles and have a stipend pay and possibly help with travel expenses and provide housing, which is really nice. So I thought I'd give it a shot, and they were interested in hearing me, so I went, and they requested three pieces, one being in English. So I brought 3. They actually requested 3 to 5. I only brought 3, and one had to be in English, all arias. So I brought the Silver Aria from the Ballad of Baby Doe, Adieu Notre Petite Table from Manon, and Batti Batti, couple that I've used many times this season. I've brought the Silver Aria to other auditions that have asked for English, but this is actually the first time that I sang it, and I ended up choosing it first. I was pretty sure they would want to hear the English and French, because the 2 shows that I said, you know, I could see myself doing a role in were Carmen, which is French, and Hansel and Gretel, which could be English or German. I don't think they specify what language they were planning to do it in, but it seems to be more often done in English nowadays from what I've seen. So who knows? So I decided to start with the English, the Ballad of Baby Doe. I was feeling really good. I got up there to sing, and I did the aria, and it just didn't feel great, honestly. Like, vocally it was good. I felt like I was on top of my game with my best sound that I was presenting, but I just did not feel connected with the accompanist, and I felt like it was more my fault than his. My biggest concern with the aria was the cutoffs and my entrances. Sometimes when I'm counting through that aria, I cut off too early, rarely too late, but it just doesn't feel like as obvious with the connection with the piano, the accompaniment, and maybe I just didn't remember what some of the accompaniments sounded like, and like, that's on me. It's totally my fault. I should have listened to more recordings before standing up there and singing it, or tried to squeeze in another lesson or coaching to run the piece again, because it had been so long. But it just didn't feel tight. Like, we were able to keep going, we didn't like stop or anything, but I could just kind of tell things were not really together, and I really do blame myself for that. Because he was a good accompanist. So I don't know. I could tell that, you know, the 2 judges were taking lots of notes during that piece, so I don't feel great about it. But then surprisingly, for the second piece, they chose Batti Batti. They did not choose the French piece, which really kind of took me by surprise. Who knows what their reasoning for that is? Maybe they chose it because it's a piece from a role I've done entirely, so maybe they just wanted to see that in contrast to a piece from a role I've not done before. So Batti Batti went really well, really smoothly. I felt like that was a clean presentation, and they seemed to sit back more and relax and just observe and watch and enjoy that performance, in contrast to the Silver Aria, which is such a bummer. I keep thinking back to what if, you know, I did the French, or what if I just stuck with my guns and was more confident about my accounting, because I had reviewed it for a few hours. I felt like I knew all of my cutoffs, but when I got up there and did it, it just didn't feel as strong or connected as I think it could have been. And I really trusted my gut on this one. My gut was telling me to do the English. I felt good when I practiced it on my own, but you know, that was a cappella. It wasn't with an accompanist, so who knows? You live, you learn, you make decisions, and you have to live with those consequences. So I have no idea what the judges were thinking exactly, but I can imagine it wasn't all wonderful, happy things with the English piece. So we'll just see when I hear from them if they want to have me, but I'm not holding my breath at this point, unfortunately. But I'm still glad I went for the experience. I'm always wanting to take advantage of opportunities with companies that show any interest in hearing me, because I only get auditions for about 10% of the companies that I actually apply for. So I try to take advantage of every opportunity. But anyway, that's about all I have to say for that audition. It was at a beautiful church, also a beautiful Baptist church, really big, beautiful space, really resonant to sing in. So I had all the odds in my favor. Also, the humidity there was incredible compared to here. It's so dry. So I got off the plane and was like, it's so easy to breathe. I'm loving this. So yeah, all I have to blame is myself if this doesn't work out, which is such a bummer. But what can you do? So it's in the past. That was my experience. I want to be honest with you guys. Like, not every audition I do goes perfectly smooth or seems like I sang really well in my perspective. So that happens. It's normal. And you learn from those mistakes, I believe. So if you guys found this video helpful with dealing with your own self-doubts and regretting performances or auditions you've done, give this video a thumbs up. If you like my audition review videos, make sure you're subscribed to keep up with more videos like this. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all very soon. Bye.